And here we are on Antiga Shipyard, and in the blue, representing the Terran race and representing the Team TSL as their champion in this Tournament of Champions, it is none other than Polt. And in the lower left part of the map, representing Zenex as the Zerg player and the only representative of the Zerg race in this tournament, it is Zenex Life.
Yeah, but good on him, fighting still, and he has got his work cut out for him. Polt is an amazing player and has proven himself time and time again at recent events. Going to be great to see him out at IPL 4 as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to seeing that guy. He's got good English, too, so
yes.
You know, if you see Polt at IPL 4, don't be afraid to say hi, because he'll understand what you're saying. So, yeah, and he's a really nice dude, too. So,
cool.
Yep.
Well, let's see here what he offers Zenex Life on Antiga Shipyard. It is, of course, his map choice, and we'll see how he wants to best utilize that. Zenex Life actually ended up, he didn't hatch first in the very first game. He went after pool, then gas, so not fast speedlings either. Second game, he felt a little more comfortable and decided to hatch first after that, and I would presume that's what we're going to see here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the only time you would ever see a Zerg not hatch first is if their hatchery got just extremely blocked, or if they saw something that made them really scared. You know, like game one, he was like, all right, this is a little bit odd. I don't feel comfortable hatching first. Got to put down that pool. But I think in most cases, 99% of the situations, you're going to see the Zerg go for that hatchery first. There we go. That drone is about to become a hatchery.
It can be whatever it wants to be, and it is. That's the one. Those are the ones that are top of their class.
I don't know if those are the overachieving drones. They're like, I want to be a building that centers an entire base. I want to be a building that other Zerg units come out of.
Yes. Well, the other one that Zerg units come out of course, the Nidus Worm, and no drone wants to grow up to be the Nidus.
Yeah,
Canal.
that doesn't seem like a pleasant way.
Ow!
Yeah.
Why are you all climbing inside me now?
That's true. You know that drone is just inside the hatchery that he made, just kind of chilling out every once in a while. He just like throws a larva out through the top. Just loves it's good life to be a drone.
It is
inside of a hatchery.
Yeah, he's gonna become a hive one day as well. So
I don't know. He's at the naturally probably.
Well, not him,
but
yes.
Yeah, he's like the kid that like aces high school, but then just doesn't go to college. So he's like he becomes a hatchery, but he's like it's good enough. Good enough.
No real motivation in life. So
that's right. Yep.
Poor him.
Yeah, maybe though he'll be an entrepreneur drone and start a very successful company.
Well, I
don't need to go to high school to do that sometimes.
Maybe he'll get bunker rushed.
Or you don't need to go to college. You probably need high school at the very least. But yeah, college.
That's true. This isn't 1925 anymore. We still do need at least high school. So
bunker going down here for Polt, just putting on a little bit of pressure. This isn't going to be too huge of bunker pressure as we can see here. Not following this up with a second barracks or anything. Just one.
Yep, but he is going to force a couple of units off the line, or it looks like actually 6 Zerglings are coming up, so Life is okay with this bunker getting pretty close.
Okay, good thing those Zerglings popped out at the natural, because otherwise that was going to be a bit of a close call there.
Yeah, it was.
Polt's going to need to cancel that. There it is, the cancel, and back at Polt's base, looks like we have a second command center coming up after the reactored Hellions.
Yep.
Get switched over there, or right before, in fact.
Oh,
and
no!
Those Marines are like, this is our last stand, Bill. Oh, no, Bill.
Oh.
He wishes Bill was Bill the Colossus.
That's what I was thinking,
Bill
too.
the Marine isn't as impressive, I gotta say.
Bill the Marine is the... He didn't go to high school, I mean.
Guess not.
He was drafted in. He didn't have any better choices.
So supposedly the Reapers are like criminals, right? That were repurposed, quote-unquote, to become military people. But
I know
are the Marines,
so little about the lore.
Are the Marines? I don't know either.
Yes.
Tweet at Gosudoa, tweet at Cat's Pajamas SC2, let us know.
Still have
Where
not
did the Marines
played
come from?
Single player.
You can sometimes if you want to.
Yeah, I should.
Took me about a year.
It's apparently taken me, what? Oh, God, it's been about almost 2 years now. Jeez.
Wow.
Wow.
It's a long time.
It is. StarCraft has been part of my life for a while now.
Cool, yeah. And we have some Hellions. They want to be a part of Zenex Life's life. But
oh, God.
Not in a good way.
No.
Oh, the creep tumor. Oh, he does take out that creep tumor. Nice little snipe there, but will he pay for it by losing his Hellions? Oh, look at that.
Oh, cute
Spin
little move.
Those Hellions are driven by running backs from football, American football.
Very nice. I like how you didn't have a particular running back in mind. I think that was the Adrian Peterson we just saw right there.
So?
That was Adrian Peterson, yes.
All right.
I'm throwing a Vikings player out there at you. So.
There you go. Yeah, I'm not a Vikings fan, but
I know. That's why that's your
I did live in that state for a while.
Yes. You are the anti-Vikings fan. You are the Packers fan.
It hasn't been any really, really, really good Packers running backs for a little while. But we've had some good ones, but no, like superstar running backs for a little while.
Yeah. But Let's see here now how Polt follows this up. Looks like he's going to set his orbital command over at his natural, and he is producing more barracks for now. Polt going bio. I am shocked. Or actually, it's just going to be Marine tank, probably, but he could very well go bio.
Well, a lot of turns have chose to open up for Marine medevac for a little while and add the tanks on a little bit later. You don't really need them that early.
Right.
Singeing the spine crawler a bit as he furiously tries to burrow.
Yeah, not too bad there.
Yeah, yeah, well, gets out without taking a hit on those Hellions. It's about as good as you could hope for.
Kills 4 Zerglings as well. It's 100 minerals gained for him, and so not a bad exchange for Polt.
Yeah.
And he has delayed any sort of third for a good period of time. And here we go, more gas coming up now for ZenX Life. So Lennox Style 2 base 4 gas heavy tech layers already done.
Yep. And he's going to be, again, very safe with this. He's getting those 2 Evo chambers, too, which makes me think he wants to go into that Infestor-style play that's so popular. Yeah. This is a pretty good map for it, too, I would say. And there's the Infestation pit. Yeah, so going for the Infestors again. The Evo chambers are a little bit later this time around just because of the early lings that he had to produce and things like that. He's a little bit low on minerals, but he'll be able to get 1-1 going very, very soon. There it is. And kind of go on from there. We're probably going to see that Infestation or Infestor upgrade go up just as soon as the pit finishes.
Yes, the Passionate Glands.
The Passionate Glands.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh, quite.
Then we danced the passionate dance of the Infestors.
I guess. Oh, that's really kind of creepy. That's
you know
bad
what
visual. But
the Infestor's best dance move is?
What's that?
The worm.
Oh, God. Oh, boy.
What do you think it would be?
I don't know. It's the disgusting secretion they leave on the ground as they do it, as they squirm, is pretty bad as well.
Yep. Just how it is.
Bye-bye, Zergling. All right, let's see here. 1 engineering bay coming up for Polt. Start with +1 pretty soon, I would imagine. Also, can put up a turret ring if his opponent ever decides to get, or if he thinks his opponent is going Spire. But of course, we know that it is just the Infestation pit for now. Passionate Glands is far enough along that he can start some Infestors coming up as well.
Yep, they'll finish right as the upgrade does, so they'll have that extra energy right away. And, ooh, is Polt going to scan? Take out some creep tumors, maybe?
It's great creep spread already.
Yep,
he does
a little bit too good.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately it was. They were a little bit too grouped up, so those are no active tumors out on the map, and this is going to recede very quickly.
Oh, wow.
That's a few minutes worth of work. That was a great scan. That was well worth it.
Man, no kidding. Oh, an Overlord on top of that. Why not? Checking for that third, and he'll find it, causing a cancel right away on that. And how is Life going to handle this?
I don't know. That seems like such a leading question. Let's see here, though. There's a pretty good number of Marines.
Fungal.
Yeah, he does take out one of the Queens, but look at that. The Banelings just clean up everything else. There's a couple of units left over, but really, Life was able to hold on there pretty well.
He really caught about as many units as you could hope to catch with that fungal growth. And where? Oh, all right. Jones are like, we protest.
I was just wondering, yes.
More minerals, less mining.
I guess so. Yeah, that's...
all right. Well, he obviously sent those out to try to defend, but then didn't need them and forgot about them. That's kind of the true story behind that.
I like that.
Saving the drone.
Yeah, very nice job there. And I always love that even when it becomes a building, it still pops out with the minerals that it had beforehand.
It does. It's an interesting thing to note, too. He holds on to those till the very end.
No kidding.
So why can't you get minerals out of Zerg buildings that you kill sometimes? Huh?
Ooh, good point.
That's my question to
Blizzard,
you.
You got to patch that imbalance? Yes. You watching?
Right. That's right. Well, plenty of Marines there to handle those Zerglings. A little bit of scouting force coming out for his next life. He will see the Marines at least. And it looks like Polt's just going to try to be taking a third base pretty soon here rather than try to push. He does have the orbital command all ready to float over to that area.
Yes, he does. Adding on 3 more barracks as well off to the right side of his natural. And Life going to take the opportunity to expand to the gold. Once again, these guys playing a version of the map with the gold, but that's all right.
It's all right with me. Even though I don't like gold bases.
I was about to say, I would think that would be the opposite of all right with you.
Well, it's okay that they played it, but I don't like gold bases.
I know you don't. Your hatred is well publicized.
It is. Not well enough. Well, looks like Polt has an excellent defensive situation set up there.
Wow.
He's got his tanks really well spread. He's got his Marines quite well spread. He's going to need to watch. Actually, he's already putting up a supply depot at that third base location where it's so popular for Zergs to come in. Actually, never mind that Marine masquerading as a supply depot on the mini-map.
Unfortunately, it doesn't add any supply, but does have a gun. So, pros and cons of both.
You know, those Marines look just like supply depots from this angle on the mini-map.
Yes, they do.
Don't try to find a supply depot and prove me wrong. Don't do that.
No. I was
not like this. Not like
I got your back. Don't worry about it.
Well,
all right.
Another moving supply depot going to do some scouting for Polt there.
2 more factories coming up.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Only downside to the moving supply depots is that they take up supply rather than providing it.
I know. They're bad at being supply depots.
Very.
These Marines, terrible supply depots. Well, so here's the thing. 2 more factories being added on for Polt. That's an interesting transition. I wonder if he's just going to produce quite a few tanks to really shore this up, or if we're going to see something a little bit different. Maybe even a little bit of a mech transition out of Polt. Terrans have been experimenting with this a little bit. I feel like it's still relatively unrefined, but you know, we've seen players try it out. He is getting 2 tech labs on there.
Well, he's already adding in Marauders, so let's see what he's scanned or seen. Really nothing. He saw the Infestors before and assumes that the Ultra Switch is going to come up.
It's got to be. Well, it is tanks. I was about to say it's got to be tanks. I mean, Thors aren't going to be very useful against this composition. Hellions, obviously, you know, you'd be putting down reactors as well as tech labs because you only need 1 to get the Blue Flame upgrade. So, yeah, just Polt producing a lot of tanks here.
And both these players playing pretty passively after that first little Hellion attack from Polt. So
this is actually a really good idea, and I'll tell you why here too. Because
please do.
I will. One thing that Marine tank is weak against is Zerg players that are good at coming in, throwing out some infested Terrans to draw the tank fire, and then moving in with the Lings and Banelings. So if you just have so many tanks that you can't possibly, you know, throw enough infested Terrans out there to make it effective, you can still make those tanks worthwhile. So we'll have to see how well it works out. Polt taking a few fungals there.
Yeah.
And Life going for the attack. I don't know if this is the best idea for Zenek's Life.
I don't think he expects this many tanks. I mean, he locked down 3 at the front. He was like, okay, well, those tanks can't siege anymore. This is going to be fine. And then he doesn't know that Polt is actually triple producing them and reinforcing up at the front.
Yeah, surprise is over now, though. He gets another fungal on some of those Marines, but not a whole lot of damage being done quite yet. He's getting the Spire and some Ultras on the way here, too, preparing to transition into Broodlords after the Ultralisks are taken down. So his next life thinking of the late game at this point.
Right. Chitinous Plating coming up as well with +3 melee attacks. So those are going to be very powerful Ultralisks when they do come out, and we already have a couple that are on the field. More coming out, and wow, leading with one of the Ultras, attacking before Chitinous Plating wants to make sure that he saves this gold base more than anything else, and he has actually taken care of most of the tank line. Very nice job from him.
Yeah, sending that Ultra in, I'm sure that was intentional because it soaked up a lot of siege tank fire early on. That's better than infested Terrans, man. I mean, that was a great use of an Ultralisk right there. I'm pretty positive that that's what he was intending with it. If not, then a nice little lucky break there for his next life. But either way, kills the army of Polt quite effectively with that.
And he's going to try and recede the creep here so that he can put up a gold base of his own. And gets those cleaned up. Uses a Baneling at the end there. Little slip, but not that big of a deal at this stage of the game.
Life has just been so impressive in this tournament. You know, I feel like he's got a great handle on this game right now. He's producing Corruptors already, so he can make some Broodlords as soon as some of his units die off. I think he was making that Greater Spire. I don't remember checking the production tab for that.
Let's see. He definitely has the Spire, but has it become greater?
Yet.
Okay, now where is your Spire?
Okay, there it is. Okay, so no Greater Spire quite yet, but he is making some Corruptors, so just in case. And here we go, pushing in at the natural expansion.
Yeah, he's just going to go for it. The Thor was absorbing a few of the shots up at the front, and the Ultras kind of clumped up a little bit. So the front line of Ultras went down, but the second line is not finding any success as well, running into this prepared siege tank line. Polt already on +1 vehicle weapons, going to +2, has a lot of Marauders mixed in, and those triple produced tanks are proving to be just too much.
He took a big chunk out of that army here, and he was able to repopulate pretty quickly here, but you know, overall, he didn't quite do as much as I think he was hoping for. No Greater Spire yet, too. I'm very surprised. Like, why is he continuing to make Corruptors if he doesn't have a Greater Spire? This doesn't make any sense. I think that must be the case. That absolutely has to be added. Starting the Greater Spire right now, he already has how many Corruptors out on the map? He's making more. 3. That's not as much as I was expecting. Will he be able to kill the gold base, though?
We'll find out. The Ultras are going to roll in afterwards. Most of the... Oh, wow, the command center is on fire. But all of the Ultras are dying as the Zerglings went down very, very quickly. This command center is going to get healed up, though. It'll become a planetary fortress in just a bit. Polt really has to change gears, though, and has to go into Broodlord defense. I mean, after the Ghost nerf, it is much, much more difficult for Terran players to deal with Broodlords in the late game. So we don't have a great starport infrastructure to begin with, and he's he's going to need a lot of Vikings soon.
Well, Life's got such a great economy going. Polt just hasn't been able to put any real pressure on him, and I don't think Polt is really expecting the transition to Broodlords. He's making more Marauders, in fact, and getting more bio upgrades. Neither of those things are really going to be terribly helpful against Broodlords. So when this Greater Spire finishes, which I think it should have already, a bit of a mistake by Life to not start that earlier, I don't know if Polt's going to be prepared for this.
Well, we'll see if Polt can make an attack, though, as the Broodlords are morphing. That's going to be his real hope, but I don't know if he's going to feel confident enough to do so until he takes his 5th base.
9 Broodlords on the way.
Wow.
And where are they morphing? Back?
A little bit. There they are.
A little bit back. He doesn't want Polt to see those quite yet.
Looks like Polt is slowly pushing onto the high ground here at the Xel'Naga Tower. He's going to start threatening this gold. The Broodlords are not done yet, so a little bit more difficult for Life to defend this, and unfortunately has to pull all of his drones away.
Yeah, he is, and that gold base, it's so hard to hold that against Terran on this map. And here he goes, getting a surround on some of those units.
Yeah,
Xenex Broodlords are out.
Yeah, sitting on those Broodlords, going to start using those to push up here in just a second. The siege tank numbers are staggering. They've been able to deal with the Ultras very quickly, but now they all have to unsiege, and then the advantage of the siege tanks just dissipates.
Yeah, he needs to move right up there as soon as possible and take out that gold base. That's got to be the priority right now for Xenex Life. It's exactly what he's doing here as well.
Yeah.
And there we go.
All right, well, the Planetary Fortress is going to rack up some Broodling kills. We're going to see if Polt can delay long enough. He's producing 3 Thors at a time and making double Vikings. A big drop coming into Xenex Life's base as well.
Oh, man, that's not enough links to handle it either.
All right, well, we'll see if that alone is going to be enough. Polt is actually maxed at the moment. He loses the Planetary Fortress, but he does have a backup command center that he can float over there in just a bit.
Now, here's the thing. The drop in the main base that's going right now is kind of geared towards killing off that Greater Spire, but he's going to take whatever he can here. The Greater Spire, of course, is at the 3rd base.
Yeah.
It's not going to slow down the Broodlord production.
And let's see, as 1, 2 of the Broodlords have fallen, 3 actually now. Xenex Life, is he going to get his Broodlords cleaned up? If he does, it will be devastating to this push.
I don't think so. I think Life may have this game. He's got a lot of Corruptors out yet. The Thor's not going to do a lot of damage. Fungal growth weakening a lot of the bio units. They're going after the Hive. Oh, the Marines are all so low right now.
Yeah, they are, but they're getting healed up pretty quickly by the medevacs now, so they're going to be back up here in just a second. A ton of Vikings being added on. There are 7 Corruptors, I should say, that are still out there, and the Marines are actually dealing with these units through a tiny little choke point. The Hive goes down, so if he's able to take out the Greater Spire, it would be a total tech reset for Xenex Life.
Yeah, and getting the spawning pool would help as well. I feel like Xenex Life is getting a little bit sloppy here. We saw this in some of his earlier games.
Yeah, I think Polt is going to take this. He's going to kill the last Broodlord. He's up by 50 supply. He's killing bases. Hive Tech is gone. He killed the gold as well. He is outmining his opponent. He has another base ready to go to float down to the gold if he so desires. You
know, instead of trying to keep his Corruptors safe and things like that, he just kind of was throwing things at his opponent, and that didn't work this time. GG for Xenex Life.